Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's just me today. Um, I don't have my lab assistant Ben with me, but I thought we'd put together just a video just to explain the situation that we've got with the lab at the moment. When Ben and I first decided to create this YouTube channel, we wanted to emphasize getting our information about the various topics that we talk about directly from the sources where possible. So our next video is going to be about TOPS, and we have emailed TOPS and a couple of other people who were associated with TOPS in the past, in the hope of getting at least an interview with them, or possibly answering some questions for us that we can insert into our TOPS video. So we're just waiting on emails and replies and so forth before we move forward. So I thought as a fill-in we could break open some more vintage cards. We are hoping to get the TOPS video out by next week, by the end of middle week of the school holidays, I should say. So I thought we'd just do another breaking video. So we've got another 3 packets of vintage cards. We've got 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from TOPS. We've got the Terminator 2 from 1991 sticker set from TOPS as well. Fortunately, I couldn't chase down any of the Impel Terminator 2 movie cards, but they are on my hunt list. And finally, we've got Skybox 1993 DC Cosmic Teams. And so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was a 132 card base set and 11 stickers. It does have a title card, so number 1 is the Alpha. It does not have a checklist card. So card number 132 would be your Omega in this set. Like I said, there are 11 stickers in the set. There's 2 versions. There's the deluxe glossy factory set. It's the same as the 132 base card set, except it has a glossy finish rather than the matte finish that a lot of early cardboard trading cards had. So the 4 most sought after cards is obviously number 1, the title card, number 2, Leonardo, card number 8, Casey Jones, and ironically any behind the scenes footage with Jim Henson, because it was actually Jim Henson and his creature effects that created the Ninja Turtles and Splinter in this movie. The one thing that I am finding a bit troubling when I was doing some research on this, that this was meant to come with a pack of gum, but as you can see, there's no bulge where the chewing gum is from. I haven't been able to find out any information whether this was due to it being an Australian version that might not have had the chewing gum in it at this stage, but we'll soon see if this pack's been tampered with, if there's gum damage to the front card. The next one we have is TOPS sticker set from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now there were 44 stickers in this card set, sticker set. There is a title card. It is card number 1 with Arnold's famous quote, "I'll be back." There was obviously no checklist. It was a very small run. TOPS missed out on the license for the movie cards. That went to Impel, so obviously the workaround for them was to do stickers. These will still get graded depending on who you send them to, so always check with your grader whether you're going to send these off to be graded PSA will grade them, but obviously at the moment with their backlog, you'll probably be waiting years for them to get back to you with it. So there was no inserts, there was no holographic stickers or anything like that you could collect with this card set. There is a puzzle on the back of the cards, and your 4 real chase cards from this is number 1, I'll Be Back, card number 5, which features the T1000, card number 35, which has Arnold's other famous quote from that film, Hasta la vista, baby, and card number 44, the Killing Machine. And then, of course, the last one we have is Skybox Internationals 1993 DC Cosmic Teams. There was 150 cards in this set. Was a follow-up to their 1992 DC Cosmic cards, and this is more focusing on teams. So it's artwork heavy. It has comic book bios on the back of them and also first appearances. So if you're a comic book collector as well, you can find out when particular characters made their first appearance in the comics. It doesn't have a official title card. So card number 1, which features the Justice League, is the title card, and obviously card 150 will be the Omega of this set. There are 6 hologram inserts to chase, as well as the cards from number 1 to 36 do have a 3-card puzzle for teams. You'll have to excuse that noise. There's some possums having a bit of an argument outside. If you can hear it, if my microphone's picking it up. But there are also promo cards. There are at least 12 promo cards, and these were normally distributed in comic book stores. They might have been attached to particular comic magazines. They are extremely rare to get and in mint condition. So if you come across one of those, you've done well. The 4 main chase cards from this set is the Superman hologram and the Lobo hologram. Excuse me. Card number 134, which is Doomsday, and card number 61, which is Cyborg. I'm sorry, I didn't mention the holograms. So the holograms were Captain Marvel, who we obviously know today as Shazam, Hawkman, Lobo, the Spectre, Superman, and Swamp Thing. Now, another thing with this is that Batman doesn't feature at all, or hardly ever in this set. That's mainly because DC felt that he was a big enough property by himself, so they would split him up. So at the time, Topps owned the movie rights with Warner Brothers to produce the movie card sets. So it was a bit of a quagmire. So Skybox sort of thought, well, we're not going to get into a legal tango with Warner Brothers and Topps, so they had very little Batman in their sets. So, but Nightwing does feature a lot of the other sort of Batman-related characters who weren't sort of movie-heavy or per se part of Batman's universe do feature in these cards as well. Okay, so let's get into it. So we'll do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first, and I'm terribly sorry, but I only had one glove left. But I did wash my hands, so try to handle these as little as possible. So on the front, we've got our sticker. Which is not a bad pull, Leonardo. So we've done well. The leader of the Turtles. I'm also looking at this through my camera, so my phone I should say. So last minute costume change, or check I should say. So again, that would be behind the scenes. The final confrontation between Shredder and Splinter. I struggled to think of his name then. We do have a profile card, but it's not an early profile card. Who's the champ? Pow. Another vertical card. Tuning up. Behind the scenes. Is it? No, sorry. Shelling it out. Decked by the Foot. I can actually remember this film coming out. Surprise for the Foot. Through a sewer darkly. And the last card, Crime Crazed City, with April O'Neil, who I think was replaced in the second film by another actress. And I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe someone who knows can put that in the comments for us. So possibly one of the chase cards you're after with the behind the scenes, but obviously the star of the show was the vertical character sticker of Leonardo. And I'm not seeing any gum damage, so I think it's safest to say that there was no actual chewing gum in this set when released in Australia. So we'll just pop that one over there for the moment. So now we'll get into our Terminator 2. So Cycling Cyborg. We've got to rescue Mum. Sarah's Nightmare. That's actually a pretty cool card. Or sticker, I should say. Oh. Program to Kill. And Sarah Connor. So see a bit of wax damage on the back of that one. So that is, really see where the sticker number is. Now I did mention that some of these that they have puzzle pieces on the back. It's not all of them. So card number 3. So not a bad result for that deck. And I do believe that Linda Hamilton will be at Metro Comic Con coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So worthwhile going and get that card signed personally by her. Okay, so the last pack we've got like a bit of a fool doing this with one glove on, but anyway. Okay, so we've got Booster Gold, On the back. Sorry if this has gone out of focus, but appearance Booster Gold number 1, February 1986. We've got Dark Star. Got the World of Magic, Sandman. And we do have a hologram card, Spectre. I don't know if my camera on my phone is doing that any sort of justice whatsoever, but not a bad hit. It actually looks pretty cool. You get the light to sort of see that there is some colour in amongst there. Really impressive. We've got one of the puzzle cards. 3 in a series. So we need Guy Gardner. Can't read what that last name is. Last 2 names, I should say. Maxwell Lord. And Bloodwind, I think. Stealth. Another one of the early puzzle cards. This looks to be the middle one. Red Wing and Terror. And Superman. If you were going to get a character card, that would be the one to get. Okay, so that concludes the rip. We did get some, what I consider some good hits in those 3 decks. So from DC Cosmic Stars, we got the excuse me again. We got Superman and the hologram of the Spectre. From T2, we have a character profile card of Sarah Connor. And from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we have the sticker of the leader of the Turtles and Leonardo. Sorry, that light is really hitting on that. So there you go, guys. Another 3 vintage packs that were yielded some good results. Obviously, we'll have to do a proper inspection. But just looking at that Superman one, you can tell it's a bit off center. The Sarah Connor card looks to be not too bad. And we'll have to have a proper look at the Spectre and Leonardo. So it's something else that I wanted to raise from one of our earlier videos, to grade or not to grade. I've seen on a lot of forums on Facebook and on the web in general where people are asking if they should grade cards and who they should grade them with and all sorts of questions. I think what we wanted to say in that video was that if you want to grade your cards, if you want to spend your money and grade them, then grade them. One of the biggest traps that people, or biggest mistakes I should say, that people make with this hobby is thinking that their cards aren't worth anything and that grading them won't increase their value. Grading increases a card's value because it protects the card long term. Depending on what card is graded determines whether that value skyrockets once you grade it or whether it only goes up by a couple of dollars. Do not fall into the trap of letting other people tell you what to grade and what not to grade. Our video was about not grading every single card in a set, because that would cost you a ridiculous amount of money. Grade the cards that create memories for you. Grade the cards of your favourite comic book characters. Grade those cards if you want to grade them. Don't let other people, faceless strangers on the internet or YouTube, tell you don't grade these cards. Also, don't let those people tell you which grading service to use. We all know the issues that PSA is having at the moment. We also know all the issues that are surrounding PSA at the moment. We contacted 4 Australian grading companies when we made that video, and all 4 of them responded. In fact, one of them even offered us a guided tour of their grading facility up in Sydney. But unfortunately, we live in Melbourne. But the whole point is that our videos are designed to be informative. But at the end of the day, you need to make your own decisions. Would I have any of these graded? Possibly. Or maybe I just might put them in a hard case. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. The choice is yours on what sets to buy. The choice is yours on what cards you grade, whether you have cards from your childhood. They might only get like a 1 or a 2. But if that's a memory that's important to you, then protect it. Pass it down to your kids when you're gone, so they've got a memory as well. Well, that finishes my sermon. Sorry to get sidetracked, but it just irks me when I see content creators on YouTube and people in forums basically telling you what to grade and what not to grade, and then you see their PC and it's got cards that you would think that you wouldn't grade, but they've chosen to go on ahead and grade those cards. Grading them protects them. Some of these cards, particularly, 36 years old, 35 years old, 33 years old. Then you go back even further, that next year the first top Star Wars set will be 50 years old. So preservation is something which people in the collecting world do, whether it be action figures, cards, video games, videos on the old VHS. They grade them to protect them, to keep a memory safe, and that's what we should be doing. So if you want to grade your cards, go ahead and grade them. I hope you go back and watch that video and make an informed decision about which Australian grader you're going to use, because the likelihood is that you're going to get those cards back quicker. And when we do our follow-up video to that, you'll actually see the design work of their cases as well. But until then, excuse me, I've got a real throat issue today. Until then, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. As our channel evolves, hopefully we get better and better at video editing and so forth. But we love feedback. If you've got an issue with one of the videos that we've already done, or if you've just got some positive feedback for it, we love it. As we grow, we will start to run giveaways. We will start to do things more interactive. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have the link to our Instagram page up. We're going to be jumping into TikTok in the next few weeks, maybe a month. We'll get the TikTok channel up and running, and we will, really start to give this a real crack. At the end of the day, Ben and I aren't fussed about how many subscribers we have, as long as there's people out there who learn something or try something different from what we say. That's always been our main objective, is helping out people who are new to the hobby. But until then, keep hunting.